Diablo 4 just had its entire map, including dungeons, cellars, waypoints, and Lilith altars, completely data mined and leaked. We also have to go over even more promotional stuff, including another new trailer this week. We have a couple more tweets that we're going to go over from the developers, but the biggest news of them all is the new blog that they just posted, which includes things like preload information and Twitch drops, and a whole bunch more. We got a lot to talk about. What's up, World Distributor? Back in the video, and today we're checking out all things Diablo 4. Because first of all, let's just jump into that data mined map with all the dungeons, cellars, waypoints, and the Lilith altars. Now, granted, there is multiple websites that you can go to, and I'll include at least two. One of them is a nicely detailed map that is completely interactive, as well as the other one, but one of them is open source. Now, the one on the Diablo fans website, that is currently, I believe, not open source, but it does have a nice little interactive map. There's also the open source one that is on a GitHub, and I'll link that as well. It's a little bit more laggy than the other one, even with my hardware acceleration turned on within Chrome. Whereas the Diablo fans one is a little bit more snappy, but if you want an open source model and if you want to support that, then I'll include that one down below as well. And we do have an update on that Lilith wall that's almost complete inside of London. And yeah, they're still not done with it. They're about to finish it. There's a lot of work going into this mural, but it is a lot closer to be finished. And we do have several pictures here taken by a fan. Although these pictures were taken a day ago, so maybe it is complete now. We also have some advertising happening in New York and Las Vegas, and they're actually using that 3D projector that they have a lot of advertisements on to hold an advertisement for Diablo 4. Specifically, Lilith is in there picking someone out and dropping them onto the stage. And Las Vegas also has the 3D billboard where they're also using the same little imagery. Again, this uses Lilith. A lot of promotion is around Lilith. Even the mural in London is using Lilith as well. And I just want to point out that again, at all this promotional material, they keep saying available June 6th or available June 2nd. But if we go over the early start times, at least for US, that's June 1st and June 5th that the game is coming out. And the reason they're using the June 2nd and June 6th in the marketing is because they said that it's kind of encompassing everybody, and the game will be out June 2nd for every single person. However, with Blizzard being a US-based company, I usually take that in the context of what their time zone is. At least with like games like Tower of Fantasy and Honkai Star Rail, when they dropped their marketing stuff, it was for the Korean time zones, not the US, so I knew that it was going to be a day prior. Whereas with this, they're posting the European times, even though Blizzard is a US company, so it's a little bit confusing, and I'm sure people, including myself, didn't realize the game was actually coming out June 1st and the 5th. So again, I'm going to have the times listed in this video. I know I've had it in several videos before, but I just want to get the word out there so that you guys know. But again, for the US, it's June 1st, 4 p.m. PT, and June 5th, 4 p.m. PT. Those are the global launch times, at least for us. Now, Blizzard also did drop another trailer, and this time around it was another live action trailer. However, this trailer was not very good. I'll leave a link down below to it. It is pretty rough. The acting and cinematics just don't align correctly, and yeah. I'm sure they spent a lot of money on this trailer, but it just didn't come out the way they probably wanted it to. And it's been unlisted for a day, although they've been just promoting it on the Twitter or on devs' Twitters. Rod's been posting the link quite frequently. However, the video, from what I see, is still unlisted, and I wouldn't be surprised if it remains that way. But feel free to check it out. It's just a trailer. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, it's not up to the quality that I would have thought of. Now, we do have a new Diablo blog that just popped up, like literally 5 minutes ago. At least for the time of recording this and getting it out there, it might be a little bit different of time. But yeah, this just was tweeted out for me. It says, Diablo 4 launches soon. Here's what you need to know. There's a few things here. They go over the global launch times, and they finally have their own imagery. Although the fan-made one is a lot better and includes more times. So I'm going to use that one for when I referenced the times earlier, but I'll showcase this one as you can see the difference. Although I do like the little line that they have that showcases exactly what day it's coming out, at least for the time zones. But we finally do have that preload information that I was alluding to and talking to, that several devs were talking about what happened sometime either this week or next week. And yeah, so we finally have the date for May 30th at 4 p.m. PDT. And this will be for all platforms. Windows PC, Xbox, and PlayStation will be able to preload at that time. It's probably going to be a little hectic, so I'm not sure what I recommend. Maybe doing it exactly at 4 p.m. PDT to start downloading it. Because I will say, several hours into the pre-download, Blizzard's client usually slows down with download speeds because there's so many people downloading from a certain area. It's also maybe a good reason why to use a VPN. Sometimes you get better speeds when you're in different areas because they allow data transfer speeds to specific areas. Just a little tip for you, if your download speeds seem not anywhere close to what you normally get when you're downloading the pre-download, And if you have a VPN, I would go ahead and use it and just select a different location that seemingly probably has a less populace downloading at that time. Can't remember what Blizzard game it was recently that it happened with, but there was a few. Now we do have information on Twitch drops. So they are actually doing those Twitch drops again, but they're not happening until the release day. So from June 1st at 4 p.m. PDT to July 2nd at 12 p.m. PDT, there will be 4 weekly rewards, but there's also an additional support a streamer reward as well. For those weekly rewards, you'll have to watch 3 hours of the eligible Diablo 4 content while the Twitch drop is active. Now there is some controversy there because I do believe that it's only the eligible participating streamers and not just the entire category, at least seemingly for both the Twitch drops and the supporter streamer. Although maybe the supporter streamer stuff is just the eligible creators, but here it does denote that and say it. So do be wary that it can't just be any creator, or at least look out for what participating channels have Twitch drops. For the first week reward, there's going to be Rogue and Necromancer stuff, including the Azure Backstabber Dagger and the Azure Hand Heart Piercer Sword, which are 2 weapon recolors. If you watch for a total of 6 hours, you have the Matron Sigil Coffer for Rogue and the Progenitor Favor Necromancer Back Trophy. Now for week 2, there's going to be Sorceress drops. Again, you have to watch for 3 hours and you'll get the Azure Hand Spellsinger Wand weapon recolor. And if you watch for 6 hours, you get the Hellrune Tabernacle Back Trophy. Now for week 3, we do have Druid drops. Again, for 3 hours, you'll get the Azure Hand Head Cleaver weapon recolor. And then for 6 hours, you'll get the Font of the Mother Back Trophy. And last but not least, we do have Barbarian for week 4. 3 hours for the Azure Hand Skull Crusher, and then 6 hours for the Matriarch's Mantle Back Trophy. Now they do say here that please note that after watching any eligible streamer for those 3 hours, you must claim the corresponding reward prior to gaining progress toward the next reward. So make sure you're checking out your drops inventory and claiming those rewards so that you can move on to the next. Also, another small note here that earned Twitch drop rewards will expire 7 days after they've been claimed if the Battle.net account has not been linked. So make sure you have that up to date as well. Now for the support a streamer section, this is where you have to gift 2 channel subscriptions of any tier. Again, this has to be to an eligible creator, but you will then receive the Primal Instinct mount as a reward. Now, as for the list of eligible Twitch channels, they just said here we will soon add a complete list of channels you can gift subscriptions to. So they currently do not have the list of streamers, and again, I would be curious on if those weekly Twitch drops are also only designated for those eligible streamers, which it seemingly is so because they do basically say it every single time. Under these weekly rewards, they do say 3 hours of eligible Diablo 4 content. So again, maybe they mean creators, maybe they just mean the entire category. We'll have to wait and see on that. But that is about cover for today's video, and if you'd like, I'd like to subscribe, and until the next one, deuces.